Um, just launched this live real quick because we're seeing some significant hail moving into Waldron County. So no, it's not an accidental live. I just started it real quick, no countdowns. Just wanted to get the radar on there. Had to send out all the pushes, but here's what we're looking at. Here is Mega Doppler, and we have another severe storm warning for Scott County. And I did launch this because we were seeing some considerable hail with this storm here. And it looks like the hail core is going down a little bit, but this can cause damage. And storms like these, the hail size of this magnitude, it could be life threatening. So that's why I did launch this live. Here's Y City area, southern Scott County. And that's the hail core. This storm, a lot of lightning. It's actually very impressive. We can see the lightning from our Waldron camera here. Um, it is a powerful storm. That's why I did launch this live stream. Took a while for me to start talking because I had to do a lot of behind the scenes stuff to get ready for it. We shut down the live about an hour ago, and we thought that there might be some more severe storms, so we did leave the window open to, you know, be ready for that to happen. And this storm really went up quick. Is producing some hail that is pretty significant here. We're seeing a big area of hail in Scott County, Y City area. And this is showing up to 2 inches. So hen egg size hail. And it's heading towards Waldron. So this is a severe storm warning. It will be in effect for about 9 more minutes. It will definitely get extended, including Waldron once again. And another thing that we are worried about here with this storm is the flooding. So Waldron has seen a lot of rain, and I do think that the flood potential will be, you know, going up in a big way for Scott County with this storm coming in. And we do have some more cameras. We actually have a iDrive Arkansas camera, and I can show that to you. Let me actually load that up real quick. Let me find it. I'm not in my show right now, but here's let me load it up. So this is north of Y City, Highway 71, and that hail is going back up. So it was not a mistake to launch this live by any means. The hail is now over 2 inches. And here's a view, Highway 71, southbound, south of Y City. A lot of lightning. It's dark. There's the road. It's raining, torrential rain. Really not a good night to be out. I'm sure it's very loud down there. Yep, there's the camera, and here's our Waldron camera at the high school, looking south at that storm. Big time light show. Big time light show. But I do want to keep an eye on the radar. So if you live in Scott County, you need to get prepared for this storm. Good thing it's nighttime. People aren't outside. Hopefully not. It's about to be 2 o'clock in the morning here. And then this storm was showing some rotation. I think it's a false trip here. I'm not worried about tornadoes here, but I am worried about the hail. And we can see it right here. Over 2 inches, that's over hen egg size. Hail that size can cause significant damage and can be life threatening. It's going right towards Waldron, so this can cause some serious damage to downtown Waldron area if it holds together. And we have another severe storm warning for the Harrison area. We're in Boone County. That cell is producing hail too. These storms just don't want to quit. Yeah, Casey, it did hit Mina. So I was watching it when it was in Mina, and the hail was large. It was up to at least what Mega Doppler was showing. It was showing over 3 inches. So I thought, we might have to launch this Facebook Live to warn people in Scott County because Scott County is part of our coverage area. I do want to zoom out and show you the big picture to our east. Look at this, what's happening in East Arkansas. We have a considerable tornado um, impacting close to the Tennessee state line. So that's the Memphis area. That's a considerable tornado. We got some flood emergencies up in Missouri, and this is what we're worried about tomorrow, these flood emergencies. Zoom right back into Scott County. I do want to keep an eye on that hail. That's where it is, moving right towards Waldron. So if you're in Waldron, this radar beam, we're pretty far away here. 2,500 feet up in the air. So that hail core is probably unloading on Waldron right now, and we have a camera, and I think it just went down. I think our Waldron camera just went down. Ready? Here it is. It's black. It might have gotten hit by the hail. So that's why this hail is very dangerous. And I do want, like I'm tired. I've been at work for 14 hours, but I do want to keep the energy up. And hail this size is life threatening. And should probably do a TV cut in. There's just no director here. All right, Waldron camera is back up, and there it is right there. Severe storm warning in effect for Scott County for 4 more minutes. This will likely be extended. No doubt in my mind. Will they extend this up into Logan County, up into Franklin County, Crawford County will be under this severe storm warning. This is a massive storm. Storms just don't want to quit. And this is not good. Okay, so I went quiet right there because I was talking to Dan. And I'm going to go quiet again because I have to talk to the director, and we're probably going to have to do some live TV coverage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it on the radar, and I'm going to go silent because I have to make another phone call. All right, so here it is, and here is the hail, and this is no joke. This is a life-threatening situation for downtown Waldron. This is a bad, bad storm. So all right, I'm going to go silent. I just got off the phone with the director. He's coming in, and we're gonna do some live TV coverage because this storm is not what we want to see. And I'm going to pop up Mega Doppler and go quiet for a second because I need to get the weather computers ready to do this coverage. All right. All right, all right. These storms just don't want to quit. So I'm getting ready as fast as I can. Going back and forth between computers. Get Mega Doppler up here. Actually, I probably want to be on WSI. All right. So that's loading up. So if you live in Waldron, you're seeing that hail right now, and you do not want to be on this. Boonville, you're up next with this storm. And this is some significant hail.
I got the ticker on KMWA.
All
I
right,
just
good.
called them, told them Waldron's about to get hit with large hail. The camera go out?
It's been going off and on.
No.
Yeah, it's been all right. So we got Dan back in the building, and we are
There it is.
ready to go
Oh my
live on
goodness.
TV. All right.
A lot of lightning.
Yeah, we can probably get that up. Well, I do want to show the radar. So, Waldron,
Oh.
you're getting hit right now.
Oh man.
I do want to do a track on this hail because Boonville is up next.
Yeah.
And this storm just keeps cycling. It doesn't want to quit.
No, it's a big one.
So 50 miles per hour moving to the north.
Anderson's on his way.
I talked to him.
Okay.
We have to get mics. Do you want to get mics or do you want me to get mics?
I'll get
All right, Dan's going to get some mics for us.
anybody in the Waldron area. I just called the superintendent, told him to get his car in parked under cover. So we're going to see some massive hail. Wow, this lightning show is insane.
Yeah, so these are the areas that will be impacted by the storm. And let me get Waldron on the screen. Come on. Here's a storm. That's a view of it.
We're talking
not
hail
even
over
showing it.
2 inches in diameter.
New severe storm warning.
At some point, there's going to be a flash flood warning. Again, some pretty serious rains.
Oh, I got to go out to the car and get my mic.
Okay.
All right.
That's fine. I'll take over, and then you can get the mics after that. There you got that WeatherBug network camera showing Waldron with the storm. Some really impressive lightning. Very intense thunderstorm. This is definitely a big time thunderstorm. If it didn't dump a hail core, it's about to. Let's do some analysis here. Hold on. Man, yeah, it's an intense storm here. Let's go here. The volumetric and analyzer, yeah, it's the hail core is dumping right now. Let's see here. Ready? So this is looking to the north If we turn our attention looking west, you can see that hail core just about ready to come down in the Waldron area. So you can actually see it forming aloft and then starting to come down. That storm is actually intensifying even more. If you want to see what it looks like in its full glory, here's a look at the thunderstorm. It's a stout thunderstorm that goes up fairly high. We're talking about 50,000 foot tops. And this is not a tornadic cell, but look at this is called the bounded weak echo region. Look at the overhang here. That overhang is the bounded weak echo region, not a tornadic cell, but almost like a left mover that's producing giant hail. And let's do this here. Let's cut out all these green colors. There you go. Ah, that is a big hail core. Yeah, this camera keeps flickering on and off. Let me show you what we're looking at here as we go to Mega Doppler. So this is some of the stuff that we were looking at. This is the 3D hail core right here. And you're going to notice that there's an overhang on this. If we look, this is like a bounded weak echo region. And that bounded weak echo region is where the overhang of the large hail is. And so this is just about ready to dump on Waldron. If we look at the larger reflectivity, it just went over Waldron. So this is looking north and this is looking south. And here comes the storm as it's moving over Waldron. And it's dumping and the hail is even bigger now.
It's going up.
Yep. And we've got right now. Oh, yeah. Impressive storm. This is called the bounded weak echo region. Look at that overhang. Look at the shear. There must be a whole lot of shear aloft.
Yeah.
Just an impressive storm. I'll get a call firsthand. Wow, it shows 3.25 on the hail core. Why don't they have a considerable on this?
I don't know.
What is going on with that?
3.5, that's life-threatening hell.
Close that out. 2.57 according to this, but the other one shows a lot bigger. This has got to be considerable here soon. Well, we can give them a report. We had hail in Boston enough to cover everything. Samantha, did you experience hail? It just went through the Waldron area. No, just when we think we're done with the night. Oh, this storm is 50,000 feet tall.
What was the hail reported?
2.25 Hennig. It was on an MPing report at Y City. Yeah, they did not have that. Yeah, 2.25. Yeah, I can tell
them. Oh, this is Little Rock, right?
Yeah, it's Little Rock. So north of Mena, it was south of Y City.
This? Or they already have it?
No, I don't think so.
Should I send?
Yep. You can say that was at the intersection of 71 and 59. Yeah. That's the echo tops. Yeah, still some really sizable hail.
So Boonville is up next. If it doesn't weaken.
I don't think it will. Oh, okay. Thank you for covering and this in Waldron. I sent pictures. Oh, okay, I'm gonna check that out here real quick. If I know how to. Man, I make it so hard.
Don't make it easy. They'll probably make this consider block that report.
Got it. Just now in Waldron. Okay. It looks like a lot of hail, but small hail. So maybe that's a good thing. Like, well, that's still pretty good size. Oh yeah, those are definitely big hailstones.
Yeah. Did you point Waldron north or?
I took it south, but now I'm going to point it north. What is that?
What? That? Water spout?
Yeah. Better not be. Let me look. All right, that's enough of that. I'll move that camera.
Like a Boonville looking at this storm now.
Oh yeah. Looking at the north view. Yeah, I got the pictures. I'm going to share those. Those are awesome. This storm is now coming towards Boonville, and the lightning is probably tremendous. And I'm going to load that up here. I hear him. You got your microphone on, right?
Yes, I got yours right there.
All right, I'm going to get mine on.
Should we just go wall to wall?
At this point, yeah. Think so. We're getting up to baseballs now. So if you have pictures and video, you're going to want to send them to our website, which is Megaphone, and I'm going to give you the link, okay?
Dance 2A?
Yeah.
All three stations?
Yeah, I got to get my microphone on here. Let's see what this does. But yeah, it's coming towards Boonville, and that's a populated area for sure.
Yeah.
All right, let me get my microphone on.
This camera's good, yeah. All right, we're gearing up for live stream coverage. 212 live updates. Yeah. All right, so we're looking at a severe storm producing significant damaging hail, life-threatening hail. Really can't stress it enough. I mean, good thing it's the middle of the night. People won't be outside, but you know, if people are getting up, maybe if they have some odd shift at work where they're getting up to go to work, you don't want to be out in this because this will, if you got caught in hail like this, it could be deadly. And we're probably going to be seeing damage from hail of this size too. Moving right towards Boonville. And we have a camera in Boonville, and we'll be watching it. Could pull up right now. Is Boonville facing south or no?
Yep.
All right, yeah.
South.
So this is looking right at the storm.
Yep, because that roof runs north and south.
Yeah.
Ooh, man, that hail is. So here's the deal. It might be not quite as big as the radar is showing, but a lot of it. So the reflectivity is super high. But I'm going to show you a trick for those that want to know about radar. Hey, it's all right.
All right.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And the radar, the camera one, you know. Bring up Mega Doppler real quick. You can tell giant hail by looking at what's called the differential reflectivity. So this is the ZDR. When you see ZDR in the negative, which is happening right here, that is some giant hail right
Yeah.
here. So you see these values, these are negative values. And if you look, that's the maximum expected hail size. So if I go to the HCA, you're going to see what's called giant hail. And we go forward. This is a level 3 product, so it's really not great for this, but yeah, 2.89 now, getting bigger, going into Boonville. All right, let me get my microphone.
Got a latest scan there. It's getting bigger. These storms don't want to quit. Just when you
don't.
think it's gonna drop the hail core and then just become non-severe, it ramps back up. It's wild.
Did you send the submit your weather photo link?
Yeah, it's in there. I see it right there.
Okay, good. I sent it.
Yeah.
That is the link. Copy and paste that if you can. Could baseball size hail cause roof damage? Yes. Nope, not yet. I'll be on 3. Oh, that's really coming close to Boonville now.
Yes. I say if you know people in
Yeah, if you know people in
Boonville.
Boonville, tell them you might want to get your car under parked.
yeah, because I mean
If your car's outside, this could get damaged.
I've seen cars that have been devastated by hail. and-
size, by a ping pong size.
Yeah, and then what happens is like the paint gets all chipped off. You have little dents. It gets all rusty. It's not a good deal. I've seen it.
So hopefully this isn't bigger than baseballs, but I don't think it's going to be bigger than baseballs. I think we're looking at 2.5 inches tennis ball, maybe at its very biggest.
You can see hail falling right now from the Boonville camera.
You can? Okay, that's the leading edge of it. Yeah, let's bring that up. Bring that up full. All right, so and you can see the base of the storm too off in the distance. I'm going to move the camera over a little bit. Yeah, we should start seeing this covering the ground. Okay, I think we're ready. Yep. All right, 3, 2, 1. You guys ready? Okay, I'm mic'd up now. Anderson, if you got me. Okay, yeah, everything's turned on. All right, we're good. 50 miles per hour. All right, let's go ahead and we'll just go on. You got that. You got that. I've got Mega Doppler. We can do the tracks. We can do all that stuff. Okay, guys, stand by for live severe weather coverage coming up soon. Ready? You ready? I'm not hearing anything. Are you hearing anything?
Nope.
Oh, there I am. I'm ready. We're ready to do. Yeah,
Check,
check. We're good. It's coming into Boonville. We got to get on. Well, it's an early morning on this Saturday.
Yeah.
We've got a storm that we've got to tell you about that's moving towards Boonville. We want to get right to it. This came through Waldron. I've got some pictures from viewers. We are live streaming, and we've been covering this storm. Zach, this storm just does not want to weaken.
Yeah. We were thinking the night might be over, but this storm really ramped up and it's producing some significant hail. We're talking damaging hail, even life-threatening hail. At one point, one of our algorithms was showing over 3 inches, and we're still kind of seeing that. That's why we hopped on live TV, because this is definitely warranted coverage. And we have a severe storm warning, and we can see it in the background there.
Yeah.
We've got towns listed out. Boonville, you're up next with this storm. Waldron just got hit by some significant hail, so I wouldn't be surprised if they woke up to some damage tomorrow
You're
morning.
going to hear it here very soon. In fact, let's go ahead and bring up Weather 2, and we're going to do that and bring it up full. And I want to show you, here comes the storm moving into Boonville. So this is the leading edge of it. That hail core is coming right overhead. We're going to bring that up here soon and have that on Mega Doppler.
But this is a look at that hail core that's coming in. And we're looking at maybe, I would say probably 2-inch, maybe a little over 2-inch, and earlier maybe a little larger. But we've been analyzing this storm. It's up to about 45,000 feet. At sometimes there was reports of hail that were bigger than hen eggs, and hen egg is significant hail. So there is look at Boonville. This is on the northeastern side of Boonville. We're looking off to the southwest. You can also see the winds picking up too as well. But hail is going to be covering the ground here shortly. And as we're doing that, I want to take a look at the radar along with we're continuing to look at that Boonville WeatherBug Network camera. So we've got our view here. Let's take off all those storm spotters here. Let's go to Mega Doppler. There we go. Mega Doppler. So now we got a considerable tag. Finally, we were been wondering when they were going to issue that. Considerable means that the hail is larger than just your average thunderstorm. So let's zoom in, Zach, on this. Let's get that hail core and show exactly where that storm is. It already went through Waldron very, very quickly. Now on the west side of Boonville, you're experiencing the largest hail, but you're still getting probably quarter-size hail in the Boonville area. And we'll zoom in on the ground here shortly after this comes through, see what we've got. But that hail core right there, you can see it representing on the left-hand side. 2 is in the pink area, and just over 2, it starts getting to a darker pink. So we're looking at, if you move over that, I bet you that's just over 2 inches in diameter. As you see, 2.23. So a pretty big thunderstorm that's tall, that's really high up in the air. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. No doubt you're being woken up by this. But other places not really experiencing thunderstorms at all. This is just a cluster of storms that has been consistently moving through Scott County, Logan County. And speaking of that, we're going to do a storm track. But before we do, let's bring up that Boonville WeatherBug Network camera full screen. And we'll do that here as we look at Weather 2. And, oh, yeah, you can see the hail covering the ground, can't you, Zach?
Yeah,
at the bottom.
sure can.
I'm going to move that camera and see if we can adjust that live on the air here.
Yeah, and while you're doing that, I actually have a track of that storm if you want to.
Yeah.
While we're looking at
Move this out.
the hail there, yeah.
So let me zoom
Yeah,
down
let's
on
zoom
that.
in on
Oh,
that
look at
hail.
that,
Oh,
covering the
wow.
ground.
Looks like snow almost.
Uh-huh. So hopefully we're seeing a lot of hail, and it's not necessarily as big. But I still think we've got severe hail, quarter-size hail. Now that considerable tag, Zach, that was for hail. What was the size? Over 2 inches? Golf balls?
2 inches max.
Okay. So you can see the hail covering the ground. No doubt that was an early morning wake-up call for you folks, and that's why we're on here right now, just letting you know about it. Let me go ahead and go to that south view again real quick. And let's just do the southwest view, see if that thunderstorm is beginning to move through. So there you go. Hail covering the ground. I want to take a snapshot of that. Zach, let's do a track on Weather 1. Show people where this is headed. Who's next to get some of that hail if the hail core remains? This has been self-sustaining, no doubt about that. And so we've been watching that close. Let's take a look at that track on Weather 1 if we can.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah, the storm is moving. Actually, I think it's starting to pick up speed a little bit, so I might have to redraw this track. I can do it real quick though, because the extension of that warning is 55 miles per hour. So let me just real quick reset the speed to 55, and let me draw it. Let's see it. So there it is. So this is the new track at the new speed. Pretty good angle there. We can see it moving up into
it's still hailing. Look at
Franklin County. So yeah, look at that. So you can see the camera on the upper right hand side of the screen. That's our Boonville camera.
Yeah, bring that up full on Weather 2. Sorry, Zach. Yes, you don't see that every day. Look at that hail coming down.
You recording that?
I'm not.
Yeah.
Let me record that.
Yeah. That's wild. You see the puddles and the hail hitting the puddle, just pooling up and flooding. You see the puddle there. Flooding is another big concern that we have, especially heading into tomorrow morning. Another big lightning flash right there. Surprised these cameras aren't getting knocked out left and right.
Yeah, I'm thankful for that. Yeah, this is some big hailstones. When they're bouncing like that, we're talking
Yeah.
over 2 inches. And that's exactly why we broke on the TV, wanting to let you know about it. These cameras have been coming in clutch, that's for sure.
Yeah,
All
especially-
night long, last night into this morning, had that wall cloud that went on the west side of Waldron.
Yeah.
I just talked to Chris Lippum in the Waldron area. Told him, get that car under parking.
Yeah.
You don't want your car
Oh,
getting hit by that hail. So that's
no.
not even the biggest part of the hail core either.
You know, this system is growing once again, and we're seeing, you know, a little bit east of Washburn, heading up into Franklin County, southern Franklin County. If you live in that area, this hail is coming your way, and right now this is saying 2.73 inches. So that's over baseball.
It just keeps getting bigger. Yeah,
Yeah,
bigger
so-
and bigger. So we could bring
Yeah.
that up. Let's do I don't want to really lose sight of that camera, but we obviously
Yeah.
want to tell people where it's at and let people know where the storm is. So we could do this. We can do Mega Doppler and that camera still. And now Boonville is starting to lose the hail. I'm going to zoom in here just a little bit more. That is really impressive, though.
Yeah.
Those are some big hailstones, no doubt about that. And the
Yeah.
camera's kind of trying to focus, obviously, in between the raindrops, but that was something else.
Yeah. So the hail core is leaving Boonville, but it's going up into
Chisholmville.
Chisholmville right now. Look at that. Look at all the hail.
And look at the heavy rain too.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can see a stream right there. Yeah. Flooding is going to be a serious issue tomorrow. So I would just stay home. You really don't want to be in those roadways tomorrow morning. I know it's a weekend. You probably don't have to be out. If you do have to be out, you know, definitely turn around, don't drown. People forget that flooding is actually the deadliest type of severe weather by far. And this hail is deadly size too. We're seeing that pink shade right there. That's over 2 inches.
I want to do something here real quick. I want to bring up Mega Doppler alone, and we want to show you something that you might not have seen before. We were doing this on our live stream, and we'll continue to watch this. You know, there's still energy too that's happening, Zach, all across the area. But this is a look at the storm that just came through Boonville, and we've got it in what's called three-dimensional mode. So we call it 4D, Mega Doppler 4D, because you've got depth, length, width, height, and time. And if we look at the exact part of the hail core, we can probably see this starting to grow again, Zach. And there it
Look at
is. More energy that's going to be developing as this storm comes through. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to redraw that again as it went through Boonville. We'll take a look at this storm, and you can see how the hail core just dumped right on the Boonville area. So going back in time, here's the storm moving in. There's the hail core, and there it is coming down on Boonville. But at the same time, more energy is developing. These storms are big, and we're talking about 30, 40,000 feet, you know, even more than that. And there's some cold air aloft, so it's really ideal conditions for hail potential.
Yeah.
Now, we'll go back just a little more in time here, and then we'll do a storm track. But I just want to show you it's coming through Waldron right there. And we'll show you some pictures, too, because we got that on Megaphone. I can load that up, and we can show some pictures. There's the Boonville area getting that hail, and now the storm is moving east again.
Hey, did you see just southeast of Scott County, we have another big storm.
Man, they just do not let up
You know,
in this area.
Storm Prediction Center did have us in the hashed area for hail for tonight, and I think they were right.
Let's take a look at that here.
Yeah, we're looking at a cross-section view. So you can still see hail up there at 20,000 feet. So it still has a ways to go.
So this is
Before it
the
drops.
new outlook for tomorrow. The good news is there's no severe weather potential. It's all going to be southeast of us. But there's another outlook that goes from 1Z to 12Z. And that just tells you that's 8 o'clock in the evening until 7 o'clock in the morning. So basically, it's an overnight event. Once they updated it at 1 o'clock, you got 1Z to 12Z. There still is the potential for storms. Look at some of these hail reports here, Zach. We're going to put this on the screen. We'll take a look at this. There's one ping pong size hail. That's one we reported. And then we also reported this one just recently. And this was prompting the larger hail core. We'll take a look at this. This was just to the west of Mina. You got that ping pong size hail, 1.8 golf balls. And then this was our report right here, over 2 inches at Y City. And that was at 150. And that's the storm that just came through. So who's getting the next round of hail? Let's tell you early this Saturday morning, Zach, as we get that storm track on there, showing the main hail core and where it's headed.
Yeah, we got that on Weather 1. So if we can pull that up, we can show that to you. There it is. And we can see the storm. It's not your average severe storm warning. It's a considerable severe storm warning in effect from now until 2:45 in the morning. And we can see it right there behind Dan. And storm track, I think that's the hail core. But actually, if you look the left side, we have a big reflectivity spike. And I think we have actually 2 areas of massive hail. Chisholmville is where it's moving through right now. And I actually do want to kind of move this track over just a little bit, probably right there. I think this is the area where we had the best chance of seeing that hail that's over 2 inches. That track of the storm, northeasterly, Coles Chapel around 231. It's pretty much right now is when you're seeing this hail. And we're going wall-to-wall coverage for hail because this is significant hail, life-threatening hail that will cause significant damage to any property that is outdoors. So you don't want to be outside in this. If you live in Chisholmville, it's too late. Do not go outside. Your car has already been hit. But further north, so here are some times of where the hail was going to be moving in. So we're talking Cedar Grove Church around 2:33 in the morning, Country Line Elementary School, 2:35, and Ratcliffe, 2:35 as well. Mount Hope Church around 2:39, Etna, 2:41, Meg, 2:42, 2:45, West Creek Park, and then Ozark 7th grade school at 2:47. And this storm is moving pretty quickly, 50 miles per hour.
Yeah, that is moving. I just can't get over. If we go to Weather 2, you got to see this. We're going to show you Boonville. That's a football field off in the distance, and it's just covered in white. And those are hailstones.
Zoom in on that.
That is a lot of hail. I will. Absolutely.
Yeah, let's see what that looks like.
You'll see that. So we'll zoom in on that, the football field. And this is at Boonville Elementary School, by the way. I had this weather camera installed not too long ago because of all the storms that can happen in Logan County, Scott County, especially at night. Look at that. That looks like a sleet storm. That is unbelievable. We'll zoom in here and see if we can get a real good look at that hail. So a lot of hail that's probably quarter size, maybe a little bit larger, and then there's some bigger hailstones that are mixed in there. But that is completely covering the ground from Boonville Elementary School. And that's what's expected to move north of Chisholmville as Zach was doing that track. And, there's no storms in northwest Arkansas, but I do want to mention that, flooding is going to be a predominant concern overnight tonight. And we'll show you the reason for that as we look at the satellite and radar. So there's that storm lifting north. It's just constant energy that's feeding those storms. But look at what we have brewing off to our west. This is not what we wanted. We know this is coming. Hopefully it doesn't last super long. But as that energy continues to lift northeastward, those storms are even severe. And not only are they not just severe, there's also considerable severe thunderstorm warnings, Zach.
And I do want to say that this hail actually seems to be getting bigger.
Oh, gosh.
Now it says that it's back to over 3 inches. It's got 3.1 inch.
Now, that might be sometimes a little overestimated, but it's still, as you can tell, it's big and it's concerning. But this right here is that severe thunderstorm warning. That's a considerable one west of Ardmore. That's moving northeast. And look at which way that's moving. Right towards an area that has seen so much rain over the last couple of days. I mean, my backyard was flooded. It was just a mess. Wait till this populates on the screen. You'll see all of the heavy rain. Look at all the storm reports, too. Lots of tornadoes east of I-20. That was an I-30. But there's a look at all this rain that's coming in. And we don't need it right here. That's exactly where the heaviest rain was. There was even heavier rain, though, in Texarkana with an earlier flash flood emergency. Thankfully, things have receded a little bit. But any additional rain in this region is going to lead to some significant flooding. And that's why there's still all of those flood alerts, flood watches, as well as the flood warnings that are in progress. They'll go till 3 a.m. and there's probably going to be more that are added. So there's that severe thunderstorm warning. We'll go back to that real quick and I'll show you. So we've got the severe thunderstorm warning that's located near Boonville, as you mentioned. Zooming in on that. And that is going until 2:45. So about another 10 minutes or so. But then there's also, as we mentioned, the considerable one, 2-inch size hail. That's hen egg, and that's where you have larger hail that can do damage. But Zach, we got to go to Mega Doppler. We got to look at this cell. And yeah, just to the west of Coxville Branch, look at how that storm is developing this, what we call almost like a mesocyclone aloft. It's not tornadic, not tornado potential. These are elevated thunderstorms. While they do have, lower cloud bases, they don't have the wind shear to create tornadoes, but they do have the shear to keep those hailstones suspended aloft.
Yeah.
And we're getting even bigger with those. That's now we're approaching over 3 inches, as you mentioned, 3.10. Keep in mind, that's the maximum. That's a very maximum. It's probably more like 2.5, but still, that's tennis ball size. Think of tennis ball ice chunks coming down. We saw that what happened in Boonville.
Do a lot of damage.
That can, for sure. I think we'll want to bring this up full. Let's take Mega Doppler up full. It's time to do a little 4D again just to see if this hail core is coming down. Peter Pender. You can see Peter Pender right there on the screen. This hail core is coming very close to Peter Pender. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to zoom out. We're going to get a wider view. We're going to look at this storm in 3 dimensions. So this is looking northward. I like to see how that hail core is kind of suspended aloft. And you can see it starting to develop again right here in the mid-levels of the atmosphere. That's where your largest hail core is beginning to develop. And we'll see if that continues to translate eastward. Most likely will, as this thunderstorm continues to grow. Now, that's just the large hail. If we look at the thunderstorm in its full entirety, you're going to see what we call the bounded weak echo region. This shows you the overhang of that precipitation. Look at the shear that's aloft. Now, this is looking from west to east, and this is that bounded weak echo region with almost like a left mover type storm. And right here, you're having a hail overhang that is fairly impressive. And look, you can see that starting to develop. So we have all these tools here at KNWA and Fox 24 for this reason. And it looks like the hail went down a little bit, but wouldn't be surprised if that builds back up. Sometimes it just shows that between cycles, either that or the hail core dumped over Branch.
Hopefully, not good for Branch, but hopefully that this hail core is going down. But it's been doing this for a while. I thought before it was going to enter Scott County, I thought it was done, but then it ramped right back up again. It kind of looked like this a little while ago, and then we saw those pinks get back involved. But the storm is moving. Looks more northeasterly now.
Vince just said quarter-size hail at my parents' place from that storm that passed up to Boonville. So they had quarter size in the Boonville area.
Yeah, so Ozark, Altus, Cohill.
A lot of quarter-size hail, as we saw.
Yeah, it's a lot of hail. It's a big area of hail. It's a big footprint. This severe storm warning has about 7 more minutes on it, and it will likely be extended up into further north into Franklin County and then up into Johnston County.
Now we're starting to see what's called hail fog. Want to see something wild?
Yeah.
So typically, sometimes you can get hail fog, a new severe thunderstorm warning going to be issued, like you said. And that's a considerable again.
Yep.
So it says new strong severe thunderstorm warning. You click on that, and that's going to be on Weather 1.
We got it. Here's the latest information for you here. So there it is, severe thunderstorm warning. It does include Franklin and Madison County. This is a considerable severe storm, so not a base. And it's considerable because the hail, it says 1.75 inches, but we've seen it larger than that. That's just an estimation. Might be a bit bigger in some areas. So considerable severe storm. That's why we're live on the air, because hail that size can cause significant damage and it can be life-threatening too. So let me do a storm track. Let me get the latest data on this storm. Let me see it's speeding up 60 miles per hour to the north right now. And weather 1 is locking up. So we are going to have to move to weather 2, Dan. And it looks like we have Mega Doppler on weather 2 right there. So there it is. So I can control Mega Doppler from there as I restart, as I close weather 1 and wait a second for that to reopen. But here's where the hail core is. Okay. So
you can't fault the computers for locking up. It's been a little bit of a busy one for sure.
Yeah, sure has. Yeah, we're in Franklin County, Denning, Altus, Whitaker Village, Webb City, and Ozark. That's the area where the hail is going towards. So I'm trying to get weather 1 back open to get a storm track, but here's Mega Doppler showing it.
I'm trying to bring up some pictures because I've got a bunch of them here, so stand by here.
Big, long warning. Look how it looks like a axe. It goes up into Madison County. All the way from southern Franklin County. So long warning, and this is in effect until 3:30 in the morning. Okay, so I got weather 1 back up, but let's keep it on weather 2 right now. Let's just keep it on Mega Doppler for a little bit longer. Zooming in back on the hail core. Yeah, still it's big footprints, but the max hail that this algorithm is showing is up to 1.44 inches, which is still substantial. Moving north at 60 miles per hour. So it's moving pretty quickly. We do want to adjust that speed. Get the right track. And very interesting looking hail core. Just shows you how much shear is involved. And Anderson, we could take weather 1 and get this storm track up there. So again, this storm is moving pretty quickly. So here's the latest thinking about the timing here. Ozark, 246, right on the doorstep for Ozark. Ozark, Franklin County, 248. Sutherland Crossroads, 250. Wauchula, 252. Mountain Top, 257. Beech Grove, 3 o'clock in the morning. West Cobb, 303. 306, Freely, 310. St. Paul High School, and St. Paul, 310. So that's the track of this storm. And this severe storm warning goes a little bit further north of what that track is. So areas north of St. Paul will be in the path of this storm too. But we just want to focus on that area right now, because those are the areas that will be impacted within the next half hour or so. Hail core still big. It's in a really rural area right now. If we can actually take weather 2 again, we can just zoom in right on the hail core, and there it is. So Meg, just west of Greenwood, and that's the movement. Maybe has more of a northeast track.
All right, I got those pictures here from Waldron. It just took a little while. Facebook, you got to love it sometimes. It's tricky to use. Zach, what do you want me to put that on? Weather 2 or weather 1?
You can put it on weather 2.
Okay, on max 2. So we bring up max 2. We're going to load up weather 3. Excuse me. We're going to bring this up. There's the hail core pictures. So this is from Lisa, and this is from the Waldron area. There you can see that hail coming down, and probably some bigger than quarters. I would say golf balls might be some bigger ones too. We don't know if they were exactly in the heart of the hail core, but that's not as much hail as what happened in Boonville. So, but still some very impressive hail right there that you see in the Waldron area. All right, back to Mega Doppler. I'm going to get some more pictures too. But yeah, that hail core has decreased a little bit in size. I'd say golf balls now, but you never know. Could ramp up again, and it's still a considerable severe thunderstorm warning. Now moving right over, very close to I-40. I'm going to get some iDrive Arkansas cameras up,
good idea,
because we can get one to get a great view of that.
Yeah, so this storm might be actually shifting a little bit northeastward here. And they might have to redraw that severe storm warning, but Whitaker Village is pretty much right on top of you. Altus, Ozark, the main hail core might miss you a little bit to the east. And again, this is a considerable severe storm warning, not your typical one, in effect from now till 3:30 in the morning. So still a ways to go on this storm. It's a massive.
Is it moving northeast a little more?
That last scan kind of had the hail core moving a bit northeastward.
Okay. See, Ozark is looking westbound, so that's going to miss it. And the other one's looking eastbound, so that's going to miss it. But they might spin the iDrive camera around. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't really see anything, but we'll continue watching that. Check out weather 2, and I want to bring up the Boonville camera, and you're going to see that steam that's starting to appear near the ground, and that's called hail fog. Look at that, Zach. You can see that kind of developing as the hail melts. It creates a cooling in the low levels of the atmosphere, very close to the ground, and then you get condensation, and so that's some hail fog that's starting to show up from the hail that fell in the Boonville area. But, the big wide picture, have we done a wide picture to show what's happening around the rest of the area, just so people are concerned? There's nothing going on in Northwest Arkansas. So I know we're going on TV and Facebook Live. It is early in the morning. There's only a few small areas that are being impacted and affected, and Northwest Arkansas is not one of them now. But more storms are expected later on this afternoon. Or should I say this more? What is it? Just in a few hours, Zach.
I don't even know anymore.
Yeah, I know.
2:46. I kind of call it nighttime still.
Is it nighttime still?
I think the morning happens at 4 a.m. for some reason.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't even know what day it is anymore, but we're still tracking these storms.
Yeah.
That storm's moving northeast, about to cross I-40. So for those that are driving, you might have some friends or family that are commuting or maybe trying to get to their destination on this Saturday morning early. They'll be encountering some hail, and that's going to be at the Ozark area. In fact, we can bring up on weather 2. We do have an iDrive Arkansas camera. This is at Ozark. You can see the storm, but this is looking the wrong way. The hail core is the other way, and the storm has a lot more lightning looking off to the east from Ozark. And the other camera is facing east, so it's facing the wrong way as well. But you'll start to see some rain moving into that area. New storm track. Let people know where this is headed. There's a little lightning strike with the backlit lightning from behind. Let's take a look here at weather 1. Got to let people know where that core is headed. And
there it is.
Very skinny, narrow, considerable severe thunderstorm warning.
Yeah, interesting look for sure. But there it is. So right now, right over Altus is where the hail is falling, but Ozark 7th grade school right now actually as well. Latest scan, the hail core might be decreasing in size a little bit. Whitaker Village, 249. Mountain Top, 3 o'clock. Batson, 301. Peanut, 304.
Just a little peanut.
308, yeah. Pettigrew, 314. In Boston, 3:16 in the morning.
So that's moving. And we already had someone that said they had hail in Boston on the Facebook Live. They were commenting earlier.
Yeah.
And so multiple areas that have been kind of impacted by storms. And this is going to lead to heavy rain. I mean, these storms produce heavy rain. That's going to lead to training of storms. And thankfully it's not a super long heavy rain. As you see, it kind of moves in and moves out. But right now, that storm is crossing I-40. We do have an iDrive Arkansas camera. You can bring up weather 2 full, and this is RDOT. Now, it is looking eastbound, just to let you know. And this is the camera located very close to Cole Hill. Impressive storm. Has that structure. If there was low-level rotation and there was low-level ingredients for supercells, this would be something to watch.
Yeah.
But we got saved by that warm front not lifting northward.
Yeah, we sure did.
I think that hail core is definitely decreasing.
I think it is. And it hasn't shown a sign of re-strengthening within at least the past 4 or 5 scans.
Let's do this. Let's bring up hail tracks.
Yeah, I was going to do that. Yeah.
Okay, so this will give you an idea of how large a hail is, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. But this is where, yeah, that's where we were a little concerned about Waldron, and that's why I called, and that's why we launched the live. This storm really cranked up. This is one of the stronger storms of the night or morning or evening, whatever you want to call it. But there's a look at Waldron, and that's where that major hail came down. Still don't know exactly how big it was. We'll take a look at the query on this, and you'll notice that yeah, we still had definitely some sizable hail. Let's take a look here what it shows. 1.6, so about golf ball size. A lot of golf balls though, that's for sure. And then the storm moved into Boonville. Now we do know this. You look at that, and it shows the hail core moving through Boonville. If we take a look here at exactly where our WeatherBug Network camera is, it shows quarters. I think there was some more quarter, there was larger than quarter size. However, it's tough to see. I mean, you're zooming in on the ground, but if there were only quarters, there were a lot of them, Zach, that cover the ground.
Sure were. And you see that hail track going right through Boonville. It's just a bad deal. And this area in particular was having these training storms with the hail.
There's Wiedeker Village. You can see that, and Altus and Denning.
Yeah.
An area that's definitely no stranger to severe weather.
But notice how it is getting a bit weaker as it continues to go northward.
Let's go back in time here. Let's see what we had for the other parts of the evening. So there's the other storm that was moving through. We were covering that on a Facebook Live, and notice how that's not quite as strong.
Yeah, and I kind of was looking behind the scenes here at the mid-level lapse rates, so it might be a little bit lower in that area, so the updrafts might not be as intense.
Okay. That makes perfect sense. So really a couple of hail tracks. We can loop that even longer to see how there's definitely some hail earlier this evening that fell in northwest Arkansas, but it wasn't super big. We're talking about quarter size at the very largest.
Yeah.
We'll have to sift through all those reports. All right, so let's go back to weather one, continuing the track on that considerable severe thunderstorm warning. We even got a storm spotter out there, Frankie Shepard.
Is he out?
He is. Unless he's asleep on the side of the road, possibly. There's a new track, most dangerous portion of the storm on the west side. Altus, just had the hail core come through. We can take a look at the iDrive camera. This shows you the heavy rain that was falling. And we do that on weather 2. There you go. You can see RDOT. People still traveling around at this time.
Yeah.
And you got to be careful tomorrow morning because, or should I say this morning, in a few hours, a lot of thunderstorms are coming. Those storms are going to produce copious amounts of rainfall. We already have a saturated atmosphere. We already have ground that's completely saturated.
Yeah.
So any rain that we get will instantly run off.
Let's look at areas to our east. We're seeing widespread flooding issues.
Mm-hmm.
That could be us tomorrow morning.
We'll bring this up, and again, if you haven't seen this, and we'll probably drop off of our television coverage as this storm is starting to weaken a little bit, but we'll continue on the live stream. And if you have reports or if you have any type of videos or pictures to show us, just submit them to our weather page. All you got to do is scan the QR code, and you can get that information.
So a severe storm is south of Oklahoma City.
I know. That's what I was saying.
Those are headed our way.
And not only that, they're considerable.
Yeah,
they're not far away. No. Honestly, if we do a track, I'm going to do a track on that. We're going to stop the loop, and let's do a squall line track on this.
Yeah, let's get some timing for the morning. Probably about 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. maybe.
Yeah, we'll have to do that on weather 1. Let's go ahead and take weather 2. Yeah, keep it full. I'm going to make sure. I wonder how fast those storms are going. So stand by. We're going to bring that up here and soon.
Yeah. We're still tracking hail though on this screen right here.
60 miles per hour, Zach, how fast they're moving. So
I think, is that Cody Hudson? Is he out right now? Because he is stream.
he might be.
We'll be trying to intercept this storm. But yeah, this storm, considerable severe storm. The hail core is decreasing in size. So questionable whether the considerable tag is worth it at this point in time.
4 hours. So yeah, before sunrise.
Yep.
I don't know if you have that still up.
Nope.
Weather 2. Let's bring up weather 2. There's the track. There's the storm. So Fort Smith, 617. Fayetteville, 637. And that is some heavy rain that's off to the west. And there's a report too. Golf balls in Ozark just reported.
Got a couple.
So
reports
I think
there.
this is the last time that the storm has dumped
Yeah.
the hail core. We could bring that up on weather 1, so you can see here. There's Mega Doppler. Yeah, there's the track of the storm as it went through Ozark. But as we look at Mega Doppler on
Another
weather
severe
2
storm warning.
with a considerable,
Mhm.
makes sense. So there, we're just showing you this. So 1.75 east of Ozark. That was amateur radio that was reporting that. And these storms just, they're not
I
dying.
think they just cropped out a little bit of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see them dropping that considerable though, like I said. So this hail core fell, the thunderstorm's weakening, the reflectivity is dropping. You could just tell that it's not as strong. So it's starting to run out of juice a little bit.
Yeah, it is. Another hailer to our southeast.
Yeah, that's going to be in Yell County. So we'll we'll let them deal with that. Man, this atmosphere is unreal. But we're so thankful that we really did dodge a bullet with tornado potential today
Again.
or yesterday.
Yeah, it tried really hard and right by Waldron too.
Just to the west of Waldron, yeah.
Yeah.
Han had multiple storms move right over it. so-
Multiple hailers.
I know, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, the storm's starting to weaken. It's already dropped its hail core. It's below considerable severe criteria. It still is severe thunderstorm warning. That's why we're covering it. So we'll send you back to programming on television early this morning if you're watching that. There's the QR code that you can scan to get our Weather Authority app. That also, when you scroll down, it says submit your photos or videos. You just click on that. It'll take you to a website and you instantly can put in your information and we can show those. And we'll do that on the live stream as we go
Yeah,
throughout the morning.
Makes it super simple.
It really does, for sure. Well, thank you so much for Zach Gilday and myself. We'll be on the live stream, but have a great Saturday, everyone. And we'll be back as those rains start to bring some more flooding.
All right. Are we clear? Okay, we are clear. Okay.
Yeah, we're clear. Yeah, just
You need
All
to
right.
say hi.
Yeah, just a little
yeah,
bit.
just stay a little bit.
Yeah, sorry.
You're good.
I think we are going to need live presence though tomorrow morning. Those storms are cranking up.
Yeah, flooding is going to be
You
a
saw
real
it's only
issue.
like a few hours away. Like 6:30, 7.
Okay.
Not you, but maybe Jacob.
Yeah, I gave Peyton tickets over. So it's-
Okay.
But
Good.
if they don't answer, then I guess I'm gonna listen to this.
Oh man.
Appreciate you coming in here, son.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really do. I'm sure a lot of other people do as well. So
Yeah.
this is our director right there, Anderson. So,
Hi.
Without Anderson, you cannot go on
300
TV.
People here,
yep,
almost 400.
he is our director. I know.
Yeah.
3:41 at 2:30 in the morning. So
And a really good juggler, too.
I'm all right.
that hail was wild.
It
man.
was.
I'm still recording because I want to see it melt. Oh, look at the hail fog though starting to develop.
Yeah, you can see this ready. That's pretty cool.
Okay, well,
Take that
I'll
full.
hang on there for a little bit.
Yeah.
That's a football field. Just zoom in on that. Which
like the sideline area, also like the track and the football field.
You want to see that?
Yeah.
Well, that's all washed out.
Yeah.
That was a whole bunch. And those are big hailstones because you can see them bouncing off the ground. But it's hard to see how big it is without measuring it, you know?
Yeah.
Look at that. It's all gone. It's all melted. That was wild, though. And then there's the hail piles. I'm going to get a good view of that hail fall developing. Here we go. Crazy. All right, let's go through some comments here. We'll sit down, Zach. I think that storm's going to weaken. Not leaving, though, until there's no more storms. So storms they could be severe, honestly. Considering how much energy is moving in, they could still be severe. Ping pong size. All right. 1.5 inch hail in Waldron. So we don't have a whole lot of comments. That's good. It's super early in the
Smell the
morning.
night.
All right. So we had golf ball hail in Kingston. I'm going to report that. And that was at 146. So let's see if I'm going to see if that lines up here real quick. I believe you. I just wanted to know if it was at that time or not.
The hail core is definitely dropping off in size. No doubt about it.
Oh, yeah. That is perfect. 146 in Kingston. All right. You can just go ahead and read me off the reports, and I'll fire them away.
All right. Yeah, I see a comment, Kenzie. Do I think Waldron? Oh, this was like over an hour ago. Yeah. Talking about flash flood emergencies. That will definitely be a possibility tomorrow with the additional rainfall. Jamie Smith around 2 inches, but I'm not sure where.
Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, sorry. Golf ball hail was about what? 148? 148 a.m.
Yep. No, 146.
146.
We got 1.5 Waldron, 246.
Okay. One was it 1.5?
Yep. Waldron.
Okay, that's going to be Little Rock. Man, Waldron. How much? 1.5?
Yep.
At what time
246.
does that line up? I
That's
just want
all.
to make sure it's not a delayed report.
Yeah.
Can't be 240. No, can't be that time.
Yeah, well,
Had to be around like 150. Let me see.
That was the time when they sent the message.
Yeah. No, I
so
believe you. No, I get it.
Could have been a little bit earlier when they.
That's what
took
I'm
the
saying.
Measurement.
That's why I'm looking at it because you got to give them an estimate because they'd be like, there was no storm at that time.
Yeah. Oh wait,
It
Emily.
would be like right around 2 o'clock.
1:48 a.m.
What?
Hold on, let me put 2 and 2 together. We're at 2. Yep, Emily Cox 1.5 inch hail
In Waldron.
at 1:58 in the morning.
That is legit.
That's legit.
Yep, that's exactly.
Appreciate you with the update and the clarifying. But you can see on the screen there, that's the remnants of the hail core. Hail south of Ozark as well. Do you have any measurements, Miranda? If not, don't worry about it. It's fine, but you don't need to go outside. Tegan emailed pictures of Boonville.
Oh, we got some video here.
Oh, wow.
That's big.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, is there a car right there?
Yeah.
Where'd you get that video? Your phone's about to die.
Yeah. It's from Chris, the Waldron Public Schools superintendent.
The hail core is gone. Goodbye.
Yep. Wow.
But there's more coming.
There is. Oh yeah, look at Russellville. That's another storm.
That'll clip Logan County. Significant hail. Oh boy, it really is ramping up. That's going severe. 1.4 inch hail.
Man, that is some crazy video, man. I'm posting that.
Yeah.
That's bigger. That's bigger than quarters.
Yeah. I think there'll be another severe storm warning for eastern Logan County here coming up. Yeah, tornado chances, not worried about that for Benton and Washington County.
Golly.
I see your comment, Megan. Yeah, Kensley, these storms could be severe coming in tomorrow morning. Just look at what's happening right now. I mean, right now it's tomorrow morning. Maybe.
Did we hop on the air? Did we get on before 1:58?
I don't know. Why?
That's when the hail core hit Waldron. I just would like to have been on before it hit.
We can look at the DVR, I guess. Or can we? How do we?
What time does it show the first comment came in? Scroll up.
Oh yeah. Oh, I think the live was started
Yeah.
1:46.
Nice.
But we probably weren't on TV
No.
until like I don't even know.
Those are some big old hailstones, man. I'm gonna send that video.
New comments. Yeah.
What? Nobody?
No, just someone saying y'all must be exhausted.
You just were like,
Yeah. I'll learn.
kind of want to go and eat that chicken. News director, Bobby, some
Are you
chicken.
eating all of it?
You want some?
I'll take a little bit. I only had a few slices of pizza.
You can have some.
No, I don't want to take your chicken.
No. I just like that's like a lot actually. It's like 3 slices.
3 breasts.
Yeah. It's good swole.
I think all the storms are dying out, but okay, I just added that video.
Okay. How bad is Saturday going to be? Well,
Today is Saturday.
yeah. But flooding could be a real deal. Let's get some future track models up. Let's look at the graph. Here's a feature track. Look at that heavy rain fill back in. 6 a.m. to... That's too early. Not buying it. I think the heavy rain will still be there at 11 a.m.
Oh yeah.
The graph's usually too quick. Yeah, see, here's noontime. Still seeing widespread rain. All right, golf ball size hail, Waldron, 2 a.m.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you for the reports.
Wonder if there's a 2 inch. It's got to be greater than 2 inches. Ooh, tornado confirmed in Tennessee. Lauderdale.
Is that Western?
Extreme Western. Yep.
Hey, do you know if what run are we talking about?
What run?
Is there like a run coming up here?
Yeah, Bentonville Half Marathon on Sunday. That looks good.
Yeah.
What time was it? 2 a.m.?
Yep. Finally, 4 in the afternoon, the rain leaving the area. But look at what happens tomorrow night.
Was that Waldron?
Yep. How about the NAM? Let's see what the NAM does.
I don't see that rain moving out as fast as that. No way.
Yeah, graph's way too quick. I feel like mid-afternoon, we might see the rain end.
Yeah, I think 2, 3 o'clock.
Yeah. But look at this. Look at this snow. Sunday morning, could be seeing snow.
Ooh, that's a big hail from that one.
Does anybody want to see snow?
Nope. Get out of here.
No.
We should look at burn bans.
Yeah. Why not?
We don't have a loaded though.
Why not?
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Look at something. How about this graphic?
Lock it in.
It's snowing.
Oklahoma is going to get some snow. Okay, Mandy, I got that Is the run canceled? Yeah, the run is postponed. Woo! Russellville. Small. My goodness. It'll probably be less than about half inch dimes, the pea size. What I'm thinking. Man, look at that! It's just hail's covered everywhere. It's still there too.
Yeah, ready? Look at this view. Watch this. It's the aftermath of the hail.
Look it up in the hills. And it's just everywhere. Let's get a zoom in, ready? There we go. The Bearcats. Oh yeah. You know what we haven't done? We're looking at all the hail in Boonville, but what about Waldron?
Yeah, check it out. Well, I think they turn their lights off at night, but we can see.
Oh, yeah, you can still see hail covering the ground.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Oh, those are some bigger stones too.
Stand by. Whoa.
Yeah, I zoomed in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's covered the ground too. Oh, were you recording it?
I guess so.
Man, look at that. The field is covered. All right. Well, let's see what we got for an example.
Yeah, go to like 148. Or when did we start recording? 50?
Yeah, right before it moved in. Oh. You can see that storm off in the distance.
Yeah, let me get weather 3.
Weather 3 recorded. Did you get it? Oh, that's right. It's in there.
Where is it?
It's in there.
Isn't this in the show?
Yeah. Weather 3 recorded.
Oh.
This is a time lapse. Sped up 4 times. Here it comes. Oh yeah, you can see it. Look at it coming down. That's a heavy rain, and then look at the hail bouncing around too. We don't have it covering the football field though. Then the camera goes out, pops back on. Look at that. That's still hail coming down. Yeah, camera was a little glitchy, wasn't it?
A little bit.
Yeah, that was an intense storm. And then after the water receded, the camera drops dry up. You can see it just covering the ground. That's pretty cool. How about Boonville? Let's see what we got for Boonville. Wasn't recording. Man, look at those though. That's the most wild thing right there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. They didn't have the reports. Might be sound asleep like us. Busted windshields. Got some pictures. Yeah, that's some big hail.
Yeah. The storm might be ramping back up again.
Oh, come on, really?
Nah. Small hail core. It's done. Still some lightning though. A little bit of lightning. Some heavy rain. I think we're done for at least 3 hours.
Hopefully.
Got a 3-hour break. Mineral Wells, Texas, and I'm scared. We
So
can see
there
what's
is
happening
there's
down there.
reports of busted windshields in in Waldron.
Mineral Wells, huh? I think I know where that is. West of Dallas, right? It's not in our coverage area, but you're on here. Whew.
I'm wiped out. Sorry guys, we're just wiped out. Exhausted.
Here it is.
What?
Trying to find satellite radar. Mineral Wells is right here, right?
Mineral Wells is in Texas.
Oh, that's Weatherford. I was thinking of Weatherford.
Yeah,
Mineral Wells, that's south of Dallas?
that's west, I think. I don't know. I can't think right now. Yeah, Mineral Wells is due west of Dallas and Fort Worth. It's northwest of
Oh
Weatherford.
yeah, there it is. There it is. We got it. It's heavy rain. You have no severe weather right now, and you're not in the watch. Oh, it ripped your porch off.
Who did?
Annette Moore and Mineral Wells.
Oh no.
Did you have a tornado? But all this rain is coming our way. Look at all that rain. About 30 minutes ago, apparently.
Whoa.
All right, here's Mineral Wells. That's 2 o'clock. Yeah, that was quite the storm. Hope you get everything squared away. Are you still in the closet? Well, right now you have no severe storm warning on that, but
Who's where do they one?
Mineral Wells. I mean,
Oh yeah.
there's no severe storm warning, but there is some heavy rain, probably some lightning. Are you in the risk?
No.
No, I think you're good.
That was a scary night for her, huh?
But all the rain is coming up our way. Bigger than quarters. Oh, look at that hell.
Look at that, man. That is just crazy.
Yeah, that's wild. We are in northwest Arkansas. Hot Springs question mark? That is not here. But it is down here.
Oh, that is way bigger than quarters.
Yeah, you're seeing some hail. I mean, not hail. In Hot Springs, flooding.
Oh man,
There's
look
Hot
at-
Springs.
Look at the tornadoes going off.
Yeah. Not here, west of here.
Yeah. Spotter reported debris. So you want to look at that real quick?
Yeah. Loading up. Probably Memphis. Or I don't know. There's a better one.
No, Memphis is the way to go. Yeah, that's going to be impressive. A lot of QLCS tornado potential. Oh, big time balanced. Look at that.
Yeah, that was bad.
So you got a circulation here. You got one easily here, obviously. Totally balanced. So here, 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 multiple circulations, and then one that was confirmed. That'll be the next one.
Just stacked on top of each other. It's late.
Early.
Hmm. Yeah.
Ready to chow down on some chicken?
Yeah.
You don't want to give me. Yeah, I know.
No, you can.
I
No.
bet you are hungry.
You can have some.
One last look at what's happening out west, shall we? Oklahoma City. Oh, man. Come on.
It's bow echo. Is that for wind?
Yeah. And wind-driven golf ball hail.
Get out of here. Where is that?
South of OKC, racing east.
Race right through northwest Arkansas.
Yep, exactly. All right, guys, we are falling asleep. There's only so much you can stream before you start losing it.
Yeah.
Golly.
It's quiet now. But don't wait too long before you.
I won't be able to sleep because the storms are coming in. Want to keep people safe. So, anyways, we gotta go. We're going to bed for now. But if those storms threaten, we will.
They should weaken, right?
Give me a holler. I'll be upstairs asleep.
Just like
Yeah.
Christmas
Yeah.
vacation.
Need any help? Give me a holler. I'll be upstairs asleep.
No,
Oh,
that's funny. Good. Dang, you taught me everything I know about QLCS tornadoes.
That's good. I love that. What does he say again after that? I can't even think.
Oh,
Oh, exterior illumination, right?
yeah.
Yeah, you taught me everything. When little lights aren't twinkling, Clark. Man, before you know it, Christmas is going to be here. I mean, we're flying through this year. It's already April.
That's weird.
It's almost half the year.
What's going on?
Slow down time. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Man, crazy stuff. Take care. You need to go to bed.
Yeah.
It's 1:44.
What?
And, 1 hour and 44 minutes. I thought that was the time right there. It's 3:29? Oh, man. Forget that.
That's light work.
You're good. I-40 looking towards Fort Smith. Have fun. Don't know where you're coming from, but more storms coming. Be ready for that in the morning. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate the reports.
Yeah.
Take care.